The World Cup just got a massive upgrade, and most people have absolutely no idea how it works now. FIFA blew up the old format. Everything changed, 48 teams, a brand new round, a wildly different path to the final, and yet most people are still picturing the old 32 team bracket in their heads. Here's the thing, if you don't understand the new format, you're going to be confused for the entire tournament. And that's not a great look. So in the next 4 minutes, I'm going to break down the entire 2026 World Cup format from the group stage all the way to the final in the clearest possible way. And I promise, there's one twist near the end that genuinely changes everything you thought you knew about how teams qualify. Stay with me. Let's start at the top. For 24 years, from 1998 all the way to Qatar 2022, the World Cup had 32 teams, 8 groups, 16 teams advanced. Simple. FIFA looked at that format and said, nah, we can do more. So 2026 is going to be the biggest World Cup in history. 48 teams, 3 host countries were the United States, Canada, and Mexico, and a grand total of 104 matches. That's 104. The last World Cup had 64. Let that sink in for a second. Here's the first big change. Instead of 8 groups, there are now 12. 12 groups of 4 teams each. Every team plays 3 group stage games, one against each opponent in their group. Win, 3 points. Draw, 1 point. Lose, you're sitting in the locker room rethinking your career choices, 0 points. Each group plays 6 matches total, and at the end of the group stage, FIFA lines up all 12 groups and picks who moves forward, which brings us to the part that actually changes the whole game. This sounds simple. It isn't. Okay, here's where most people get lost. So pay attention. The top 2 teams from each of the 12 groups automatically advance. That's 24 teams. Easy. But here's the thing. 24 doesn't fill a bracket of 32. So FIFA needed 8 more spots, and they decided to give those spots to the 8 best third place team across all 12 groups. You read that right. You can finish third in your group and still make the knockout round, as long as your third place performance was better than the other third place teams around the tournament. Which means finishing last in your group is now the only truly unforgivable result. Finishing third, there's still hope. Total teams advancing from the group stage, 32, hence the brand new round of 32, which, by the way, has never existed at a World Cup before. Never. This is genuinely new territory. Let's say 2 or 3 teams in your group finish with the same points. Now FIFA has a tiebreaker list, and it goes in this order. First, goal difference. The team that scored more and conceded fewer goals wins the tiebreak. If that's still level, they look at total goals scored. After that, and it goes to head-to-head record. Still tied. Fair play ranking kicks in. Basically, who got fewer yellow and red cards, and if all of that is somehow still equal, a drawing of lots, which is the most dramatic and least satisfying way to decide anything in football. FIFA basically flips a coin and tells everyone it was fate. Once the group stage ends, the familiar knockout format takes over. But there's an extra step now. It goes a round of 32, round of 16, quarterfinals, semifinals, final, lose once, you're done, no second chances, gone. See you in 4 years. That ruthlessness doesn't change. And here's the other thing that changed. To win the World Cup in 2026, a team has to win 8 games, not 7 like before, 8. That's 1 extra game for every finalist. The best teams in the world are going to need to be more than good for a few days. They have to be good for a month straight. That's a different kind of challenge, and it's going to produce a different kind of champion. Just to paint a picture of how massive this tournament is, 16 host cities across 3 countries. The United States is hosting the lion's share of matches, with Canada and Mexico contributing their own venues. The final, MetLife Stadium, New Jersey, just outside New York City, July 19th, 2026. The biggest sporting event on the planet. It was coming to North America. 104 matches across the entire tournament. For comparison, the NBA Finals is 7 games max. The Super Bowl is 1. This thing runs for an entire month and touches 3 time zones. So here's where we started. Most people think they understand the World Cup, and most people are working from a format that no longer exists. The 2026 World Cup isn't just bigger, it's structurally different. different. 12 groups, a brand new round of 32, third place teams getting a legitimate shot at the knockout stage, and 8 games needed to lift the trophy instead of 7. One sentence version: the 2026 World Cup is the most inclusive, most grueling, and most unpredictable version of this tournament that has ever existed, and that's exactly what makes it worth watching. Now here's a question for you. With 32 teams advancing from the group stage, do you think we'll finally see a genuine underdog make it to the semifinals? I genuinely think it's possible, and I think 2026 might be the year it actually happens. If you want to stay on top of everything leading up to the World Cup, the squads, the storylines, the matchups that actually matter, subscribe. New videos